Hey guys, Omerko here, self-taught web developer. Sometimes in your career you will have to create a model, no matter if it's for your own project or for some client's project, or maybe you are applying for a job and that's your test. So in today's video, I will show you how you create a model step by step with JavaScript. So let's jump into code and explore it. Okay, so here we are. As you could see, I have just HTML, CSS that we will use for styling, and the main part, the JavaScript for opening up and closing down our model. On the right side, I run my code, and we can start now. So first part, we should create our button that will open up our model. So I will create a button here. Type will be button. Then I will give it a class of model btn for a button, so we could target it in our JavaScript and our CSS, and it will say like open model. So refresh. Let's style our button immediately. So here I will first put a comment model button. So we should know that we are styling our button here. I will target it btn. And for styling, I will put BG color, background color, to be 36B9CC, and the color will be white. Then the font size, just a little bit bigger, 60 pixel. Padding should be also 6 pixel, 12 pixel, 6 pixel for top and bottom, and 12 for left and right. And border, we will put 1 pixel solid. Same color as our background color. So to refresh, okay, that's good. So now when we click on our button, it should open up the model basically, but when we click on it, it should also grayed out that background screen of a model. So we will first create that wrapper of a background for our model. So index, we will put like model wrapper, and we will target that immediately. So in our CSS, I will put comment that we are styling model here. So I will grab my model wrapper, and we will put position to be fixed, and put top 0, left 0, right 0, and bottom also 0. So why that? Because we wish to that wrapper to contain the whole body of our HTML. BG color, background color will be RGBA for 133, then 135, 150 for a gray background, but it will also be transparent, so it will be 0.3 transparent. So let's refresh. Yes, you can see that grayed color. So now that we have our wrapper, we could also create the content for a model. So that basically the model itself. So we will set here like model content, and we will style it immediately. So model content will be width of 40% of a page. So also BG color, background color will be white. Then position will be absolute, and we will move it from top to be 50% and left to be also 50%, and we will transform that with translate x minus 50%, and from top we won't move it really 50%, but okay, never mind, let's try by that. Also we will put border radius for 6 pixel, and I think that's it. Let's see, but we don't really see anything here. We need at least padding or width and height of that model. So I will put the model heading here, model header, not heading. So this will be the first part of the model, that header part. So let's style it, model header, and we will put padding to it of 15 pixel, and border at the bottom to be 1 pixel solid 999, 999. Let's see now. Okay, there it is. It has a bit of radius that we set and stuff like that, but as you could see, it is too much at the bottom. So we won't move it from top to 50%, but let's try 20. Yeah, here our model will start. So let's create more stuff inside. For example, the header should contain at least one heading and also the X button to close the model. So let's go here and create that H3 for heading. Let's say just hello world, and let's create a span for X button. So it will have a class of close model, so we could target it later, and also that X. So yeah, let's style this. This looks not well, right? This video is not about the styling. We will just do the basic styling of this, but obviously that styling you could do on your own, and if you are a designer, you could do it much more better, right? So I will grab my model header and H3 inside. So font family, I will just put to be sans serif, so it won't have this end of the letters. Yeah, that's okay. Then font weight to be 300, not to be bold. I will display it as an inline block, so the X will come in that line, and margin I will put to be 0 as pixel, as by default it has 16 pixel margin at the bottom. So yeah, and the X comes here. So that X, I will grab my model header again, and span, which contains that X, I will just float that to a right side. And also cursor I will set to be pointer, as it will be clickable. So as it is now on the right and it's a bit on the top, that's okay because it should close the model. So, and the cursor will be pointer, as when we click it, it should close the model. So next part, we could go to a model body. So let's create model body. After model header, we will create model body. And inside, I will just put, let's say, like lorem ipsum text. And I will copy this twice. So we could have some text inside. Obviously not looking nice, so we will go to CSS. And here I will target model body to be padding of 15 pixel, and also font family of sans serif. And yeah, okay, I will leave this like this. It's okay for now. And let's do the footer also. So after body should come the footer of model. So model footer. And okay, I misspelled that. Okay, and here we should have a button. The button should be just the close button. So we will have a type of button here, nothing special. And let's do a class. It will be the different button. So let's put the footer model close for a class and close here. So we will style this like we will grab this like this, and we will style it. First of all, let's style. We will style it differently. We will put at least some red color, background color, and it should close the model, not open it, right? So I will first grab a model footer for this. Footer to style that first. So border top, as we have the border at the bottom on header, we should put the border top of 1 pixel solid 999. Then padding, as for each section, we have 15 pixel. And text align we will put to right to move that button to right side. Okay, that's looking much more better. So I will grab model footer again, and I will grab that button. So now for a button, background color, it will be some red color, so E74833B, and color will be FFF, and font size 16 pixel, padding 6 pixel, 12 pixel, same basically as the open model button, and border should be 1 pixel solid, and that red color. So let's see it. Okay, this is it. Okay, so now that we have our basically model opened up, we will hide it, as we should open it up on a click of a button. So I will come here to a model wrapper, and I will do something like this. I will put visibility to be hidden and opacity to be 0. So when I refresh the page, our model won't be visible at all. So when we click on this open model, we will add the class of it. So let's say like classes for animations. So we will have this open class, and it will put the visibility to visible and opacity to 1. So now that we have this done, we can go to JS and start working with JS. First of all, we must grab our model button. So I will use const of model btn, and I will set it to be a document, and query selector. We are targeting our model button by a class of model btn. Yeah, and I will put something for this model button. Let me just space out my JavaScript. First of all, the first part of the JavaScript will be elements. So we will grab all the elements here. Then it will come functions, the functions that we need to open up, close up our models, and events, the events that we will run our functions on. So I will use here in events model button. I will add event listener on it, and on a click of a button, we will run a function of open model. That's good. So let's create that function. So const open model is a function, arrow function. Now at this point, we also need to grab our model wrapper. Why? Well, when we click on a button of a model, on a model button, it will run this function, and this function will grab the wrapper and change his visibility and opacity back to visible and 1 by adding this class. So I will also grab that wrapper. So const of model wrapper set equal to be document. Same stuff basically as for the model button, but at this point we are grabbing model wrapper, and now here I can use my model wrapper. I can use a class list property on it and the method add to add some class to it, and I will add class of open. So when I refresh the page, if I open my model, yes, we have that model opened up. So now we should also work on closing up our models on X and close buttons. So let's grab both of those buttons. So const close model btn equal to document dot query selector of close class of close model. So I should put that dot there, and also footer model close btn, but never mind, document query selector, and that will be footer. Well, basically it will be this class, so I will copy this class for any case to not misspell it. So now on both of those buttons we will run an event. Well, on a click event on those buttons we will run a method function. So first I will use this button. I will add event listener to it. It will be click, and it will be close model function that we still don't have, but I will also use first my second button here. So now we could create that close model function. So here const of close model equals to a function, arrow function, and we will do just the opposite thing from the open model function. So we will grab our model wrapper and class list, and there is also method remove, and we will do that, and it will be remove of the open class that we have. So now when I refresh the page, we have this open model. When I open up, I can click X, it will close, and when I again open up, I can click close here, and it will close. So for last thing, I wish to do some at least animation here, as this is, well, it's okay, but it's not looking really nice. I know this is not about styling, but still, let's do some animation here. So first of all, on a model wrapper, I will do transition. All is 0.4. So now, when I open up, still not looking well. Okay, never mind. Let's put also here transition of all is 0.8 seconds. Okay, this wasn't looking nice because it didn't put seconds there. So when I refresh, okay, so there is some kind of a fade in effect. Let's move our model to a top, so to not be visible at the page, and move it backwards when we open up the model, and it will give us like a scroll down animation. So here, when I have the model content, I will put this to be minus 50%. And when I open up my class, I will open, and when we open up, I will use the model content to set backwards top to 20%. Okay, so now when I open up, there it is. That's looking nice animation, and when we close down, it will move also our model. So now when you have this done, you could use some of your stylings, change the colors, or even go further and do some advanced animations. But yeah, this will be all for this video. If you like the video, please click like and subscribe, as there will be much more content in the future. And also, if you are a web designer, you could obviously style this much more better, but this wasn't about styling at all. It was just about the functionality, so you could see how could you easily create your own model and doesn't really need to use some kind of framework or library just to create a model for yourself. This will be all for this video, and if you like it, please click like and subscribe, as I am posting new videos weekly, basically every week. So thank you, and see you in the next one.